Hello students, today we will revise the chapter How I Taught My Grandmother to Read, which is written by Sudha Murty. On the first day and the second day we learned a brief about the chapter. Today we will summarize and revise the entire chapter. So this is a heartwarming story about the importance of education and the determination to learn at any age. The story is narrated by Sudha Murty. So there's this young girl, she spent her holidays in a village with her grandmother. Every week a popular Kannada novel called Kashi Yatre was published in a magazine. So the grandmother eagerly waited for each new episode and loved listening to it. Since the grandmother could not read or write, the granddaughter, read the story aloud to her every week. The grandmother became deeply attached to the characters and was always excited to know what happened next. One day, the grandchild had to go to a nearby village to attend a wedding. She stayed there for a week. During her absence, the next episode of the novel was published. The grandmother could not read it herself and had no one to help her. She felt helpless and sad because she had become dependent on others for reading. At that moment, she realized how important education was. She decided that she would learn to read and write no matter how old she was. When Sudha returned, her grandmother requested her to become her teacher. Every day she worked hard and practiced reading and writing. She was determined to achieve her goal. A few months later, during the festival of Saraswati Puja or Dashera, the grandmother surprised everyone. Do you know how? She read a passage from the novel on her own without any help. Oh my god. She then touched Sudha's feet as a mark of respect for her teacher. First, Sudha felt embarrassed because she was much younger, but her grandmother explained that a teacher deserves respect regardless of age. So let's understand the key events. So the grandmother loved listening to the novel Kashi Yatre. Sudha regularly read the story to her. Sudha went away for a week to attend a wedding. The grandmother felt helpless because she could not read the new episode. So, what happens? She decided to become literate, educated. Sudha became her teacher, and then what happens? We all know the grandmother learned to read and successfully read the novel herself. So, the conclusion is this chapter teaches that it is never too late to learn. Education gives confidence, independence, and self respect. So, the grandmother's determination shows that age is not a barrier to gain knowledge. The story also highlights a special bond between a teacher and a student and reminds us to value education throughout our lives. Let's understand the moral. Where there is determination, there's a way. Learning has no age limit. So, you know, if a grandmother could learn to read at the age of 62, what is stopping us from learning something new today? So, be determined to learn something new today.